Hello, good evening. My name is Eric Prosher, and I represent Jesse Brown VA Medical Center, and you're watching Veterans Issues, brought to you by CAN TV 21. And today we have a special guest from our hospital. Her name is Kristen Bellman, and she's, what would we say, a creative arts
Therapist in the area of music.
Area of music is her specialty, and we're going to be talking about some of the special programming that Kristen is doing at Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. So please call in with your questions. Over the next 25 minutes, we're going to be talking about all things related to music and rec therapy at Jesse Brown VA, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. So that's the number is on your screen there at 312-738-1060. So welcome, Kristen. Thank you again for coming on the show, and I can't wait to hear about all the great things you're up to. For those of you at home, Kristen is, I think, one of the best kept secrets at Jesse Brown, and now we're gonna turn up the volume and get the word out about what she's up to.
Great. I'm afraid that's true. Thanks for this opportunity, Dr. Prosher. Well, the first thing I would like to tell you about today, and I'll have some information on the screen as well, the National Veterans Creative Arts Competition Local Show. We do this the last Thursday in February every year. This year it will be on the 27th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And this is open to the public. If you'd like to come and check out the work of our vets, that is open to the public. You are very welcome to come. However, we need some veteran submissions for this. For visual arts, we would like for you to contact Patrick Morrissey. He's our art therapist at Jesse Brown. You can reach him at 312-569-6062. His email is also on there for you. If you are interested in submitting a performing arts piece, that includes things like creative writing, dance, drama, and music. You can call me, Kristen Bellman, at 312-569-7469. I've also got an email there for your convenience. I will be taking submissions until 3 p.m. on Wednesday, February 19th. I start making the program at that point.
What a great idea. This is awesome. I've been wanting to do something like this for years. So it's a national Veterans Creative Arts Competition that's local? Is it connected to any other programming going on?
Well, what this is it's kind of like a step one, almost like the auditions on American Idol.
Okay.
But it's a lot nicer than American Idol. We do not have a Simon Cowell judging everyone very loudly.
All right.
This is step one. If you win in your category, for the Jesse Brown level, you get a chance to compete at the nationwide level. We film the acts of creative writing, dance, drama, and music, and we photograph the art pieces, and we send them to the national competition, and they let us know in a few months who are the winners on the nationwide level.
That is so cool. Okay, so you veterans that you're out there, this is an opportunity to show your creative talents. So it looks like we have a caller already, Kristen.
All right, let's see what the caller has to say.
Let's see what they have to say.
Good evening. My name is Randy. I live in Chicago.
Randy from Chicago?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a question. It seems like when you do research on music therapy and you see things on YouTube and Wikipedia, that a lot of times soothing music and classical music is the primary types of music that are prescribed. And I did notice that, when it's prescribed for people with PTSD, and that there is some people out there, it looks like, that like to listen to aggressive music, maybe like, war epic music and maybe fast-paced, and I was just curious if that is an option, if that's something you have prescribed as maybe something outside the norm of classical and soothing music.
Well, thank you, Roger. So let me see if I can reframe that question. So because I'm not even sure, is do you prescribe music to people?
Not
Is that how do you practice?
technically.
Maybe that sounds like that's what he's asking.
Well, in response to your question, it sounds like you're thinking, am I not allowed to listen to that music? Is it bad for me? That is not necessarily true. I find that there is a time and a place for all kinds of music, whether it be we discuss that music, what you use for relaxation, what people use to move themselves during workouts. There's a lot of different ways to use music in your life. So, am I answering your question in the way that you hoped?
Absolutely. I mean, I know that it was sort of an open-ended question. You're answering it exactly the way that I thought you might. It just seems like there's an overabundance of, if you put this into a YouTube, you're going to get 99% soothing and calming and relaxing.
Sure.
But as we all know, there's other types of music to stimulate yourself and maybe motivate yourself, whether it's to exercise or clean your house and clear up maybe a depression or a bad frame of mind.
Yes.
Yes, if the goal is to clean your house, I may not want to use relaxation music. That might put you on the couch and you won't get anything done.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
No, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, excellent questions.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, we're talking about creativity and arts, and I think that realm, that cultural sphere, there is beauty is in the eye of the beholder, that there are individual differences and different things do different things for others, and what fancies one person might not fancy another person, so that's kind of to each their own when it comes to the
And we all come from different backgrounds, so different things may mean...
culture.
Yeah, so a different song may mean something different to somebody. It may be something different to you. It might be something today, and in 10 years, a song might mean something different to you.
Cool. Great. So that was an excellent question. Thank you, Roger. Any other questions? Viewers at home that just joined us, my name's Eric. This is Kristen Bellman. We're from Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. We're talking about veterans issues and specifically the creative arts and music programs that are at Jesse Brown to support veterans. All right, and so then you were telling us about this National Creative Arts Competition that's coming up.
I was indeed, yes.
And deadline's in February 19th.
It sure is.
And so what else is going on at Jesse Brown? Do you have?
Well, we've got some regular groups that we provide through the Wellness Center at Jesse Brown VA, and you can check any of these out simply by getting a Wellness Center consult from your physician. That is step one for anything in recreation therapy. Come check us out. And there are some, if you check out our calendar, that you can walk in just to try before you even get your consult. So come in and check us out. We're on the Taylor Street side of the building, if you're not familiar. The gym is what people tend to call it. We've got a full weight room and everything with cardiovascular machines. It's where we're kind of based in recreation therapy.
That's great, and it's Jesse Brown VA. That's 820 South Damon Avenue, and the Taylor building is outside by the street. The Wellness Center is where the gym is. Check them
Under
out.
the blue canopy is the way that we give directions to it.
That's pretty good. So what programs you have going on there? At the Wellness Center?
Well, I'll kind of try and keep it as organized as I can. On
Okay.
first and third Tuesdays, we have a program that I call the Music Creativity Lab. And what that is a time and a place where we can just go and get your hands on some music making stuff. If you have questions about music, if you just want to meet some people and mess around with some instruments, as it were. It's just a time for creativity. We've had groups that come in and are curious about an instrument, and we've just looked it up on YouTube and learned about the instrument together. So it can be a lot of different things. One day a guy showed up with a saxophone, and we grabbed some drums and a drum machine with different bass instruments and everything, electronic stuff, and we had our own little improvised ensemble.
That's pretty
So
cool.
you never know what's going to happen during the creativity
And
lab.
when was that again? That was
First and third Tuesdays
First and third
at
Tuesdays?
1 p.m.
At 1 p.m.
And we're thinking about expanding that, but as
How
of
long
right
does that
now,
last?
it is about an hour.
Hour? Okay.
Yeah, 1 to 2 p.m.
1 to 2.
down in the Wellness Center group room.
Great. Wow. So I assume that you don't necessarily have to have music.
No musical
skills,
background, skill,
talents.
excellence, nothing like that.
Okay.
Just some interest and willingness,
Now,
I suppose.
do you teach people how to play the instruments?
I
or?
do not teach people how to play instruments. It's very much a come-as-you-are type of program.
Mm-hmm.
If I became a teacher, I would be a full-time teacher, if you know what I mean. So I had to draw that line in the sand and just leave that room for people to come in and be creative.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you learn something along the way, bonus.
Great. Is there, do you have any recommendations about an instrument that would be easiest to pick up with no experience and you could have fun with in one of these hours? Like a drum or...
I bring only accessible instruments, things
Okay.
that sound good with one another. Like I have an electronic auto harp.
Okay.
So there's no like fingering or painful like with the guitar. Sometimes that can be a little painful to play. I have these little kind of boxes called Kalimbas. Those who have been to my groups at Jesse Brown are probably familiar with those. And with the way that they're tuned, I make it kind of easy to improvise with one another. And of course, drums don't have pitches to them, so you can't play a wrong note on a drum.
Right.
Yeah,
Very
just
nice.
listen to one another and you can make music with one another.
Very cool. Very cool.
And that brings me to my next Tuesday afternoon group, the drum
Okay.
circles.
Oh, okay. The drum circles. And this is every Tuesday?
This
or
is second Tuesdays at 1 o'clock.
second Tuesdays at 1 o'clock.
1 to 1:45.
Same place?
I actually have an info thing here with
Alright,
my phone
over
number
here.
on it if we want to
There
put
it
that
is.
on the screen.
So the drum circle, Jesse Brown, facilitated by Kristen Bowman or Bowman?
Bowman, yep,
Bowman.
you were right the first
Okay.
time, yes. And this is my only group that employees and visitors are also welcome, in
Ooh.
addition to vets. So I've had people bring children before, as long as they are well behaved and can engage in the activity with mom or dad. I'm okay with children coming. I've had friends from other VAs who are visiting from out of state come to the drum circle. I had a guy who brought his friend from church once, and as long as everybody's there for that reason to come and make music together, I pretty much welcome anybody. And sometimes employees need a little break from that hustle and bustle of the day, and
Yeah.
they can come and kind of get themselves grounded at the drum circle.
Excellent.
Yeah, great stress reducer. We always communicate through drumming. You can't really drum together without having some kind of communication going on.
Okay.
So just something new to change the way that your brain is going. And I love the side effects, fun and loss of irritability.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So if anyone had questions about this drum circle that's on second Tuesdays of every month from 1 to 1:45, they will call you at 312-569-7469.
Yep, that is my office number. If I'm not there, please do leave a message. I would love to get back to you.
All right. Again, for those of you that may have just joined us, you're watching CAN TV, and this is Kristen Bellman, who is a creative arts therapist that specializes in music, and she's talking about some of the music programs that she's working on with our veterans at Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. So call in with your questions. We're here live. It's 312-738-1060. All right. So drums, music. Anything else got going on?
We have Electronic Music Lab, which is
Ooh.
moving to Tuesdays in February. This is new
Ooh,
information.
Okay.
Tuesdays from noon to 1. And it's going to back up to that Music Creativity Lab. The Electronic Music Lab was actually born out of the Music Creativity Lab in the beginning.
Okay.
And now I'm kind of bringing them closer together, putting them back to back, and see what happens. So this one is all Tuesdays, noon to 1 p.m.
Okay. So wow, I'm intrigued. So what exactly is involved in Electronic Music Lab?
Well, I don't even understand all of it. That's why I have my veteran volunteer, Dominic Versetto. He is a Vietnam vet. When he came back from Vietnam, he started spinning electronic music. He was first doing it with the vinyl, where he was making mixes with the vinyl for dance clubs.
Yeah.
And he was so fascinated by that he kept up with all of the technology that young people use today.
Right.
So he has such a working knowledge of software, DJ equipment, synthesizers, just all this really cool stuff that if you want to make music for dancing, for rapping or singing over, if you want to produce some music, or if you just want to do this as a hobby, sometimes just doing this as a hobby sounds fun.
Fun and cutting edge, and it sounds like, I work in a TCM clinic with post 9/11 veterans, and I've known over the years many veterans that have had electronic music as an interest and wanted to be DJs and go to school and produce and do albums and all that stuff.
Yeah, this might be a good entry level, kind of dip your toes into it and see if you like it, see if the software is accessible for you. He knows all different kinds of software, stuff that is free for people to get started with.
Okay.
So it's
the Electronic Music Lab, beginning of February, will be Tuesdays from noon to 1 p.m.
Also in the Wellness Center.
In the Wellness Center. And again, you can contact Kristen at 312-569-7469 if you have any questions. Let's see if, there we go. There's a little flyer there. You can see at home. And going back to, I know in the hospital, because, it's healthcare, sometimes the Wellness Center requires consults by a physician. Do any of these programs, do you need a consult to
At the
participate?
very least, to try it, you will need a Wellness Center consult. The Drum Circle, I'm pretty walk-in about that one. That one is kind of like one of the, I think it's listed as one of our whole health groups where you can walk in and give it a try if you like just cold. Then I'm a shoot first, ask questions later type.
Yes.
Where I want you to
Me
be
too.
involved, and if there is something a little bit extra that you need to do, if we need to get you a consult of some kind, which at the very basic level, Wellness Center consult gets you a
Wellness
lot of great stuff. Like a step up from that is on the other side of our calendar, the recreation therapy consult. That gets you more of the off-station recreation stuff. And I even have a music therapy consult. Oh, you get the consult from your primary care physician. So whoever provides your primary care, that's the best person to put you in for that Wellness Center consult.
Great.
There's also a music therapy consult, and that goes straight to me, and we meet, we talk about what kind of goals you would want to accomplish through music therapy, so it's almost like a deeper thing. Like if you want to meet people and just kind of get your feet wet with music, you can do those Wellness Center walking groups, but that could be part of your treatment, and we could take it further with your goals, or maybe we can customize something for you is probably the best word for it.
Customize.
Yeah, through a music therapy. We also have an art therapy consult with our art therapist, Patrick
Art
Morrissey.
therapy, too? Yeah, we got to get him back on here. He hasn't been on in years.
Yeah, I'll have to put a bug in his ear.
Yes. It's a good idea. All right, so
And I have one more group.
we have one more group we're going to talk about. Again, if you're curious, you're at home, we represent Jesse Brown VA Medical Center, and this is Kristen Bellman, and you can give us a call if you have a question at 312-738-1060. All right, so what's the other group you'd like to talk about and promote?
This is probably my most well-attended group
Okay.
in the history of music therapy groups at Jesse Brown.
Outstanding.
The Veterans Karaoke Group.
Karaoke, huh?
Yes, believe it or not.
Wow, it's a popular
Thursdays,
one?
It is indeed. Yeah,
Okay.
there was one point where I think I ran out of chairs that day. I had to go over to the art therapy clinic and grab some chairs.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So, and some people bring their own. They'll come with walkers. They'll come with wheelchairs. Just however they can get there, they come to karaoke.
Karaoke, and then when is that?
That is Thursdays, 1 to, it says 1:50 on the flyer, but we usually go till 2 o'clock,
2?
to be completely honest.
Every
We like to do a
Thursday?
final song. That is every
'Cause it's
Thursday.
so popular, huh?
I think so. Consistency is key.
Very nice, very nice. So it's karaoke, Veterans Karaoke. Tell me a little bit about your ideas behind karaoke. How long has this been going on?
Veterans Karaoke, I think I've been doing since day one. I started at the facility 11 years ago, and I was finding a way to get karaoke involved right away.
Cool.
And there was a lot of rejection toward it at first because I think people think that someone's coming to judge them at karaoke. They're feeling like they're going to be judged.
Yeah.
But we're quite the opposite. My philosophy on it is there's enough judgment on the streets. We don't need it in here.
Right.
Yeah, we have
So
a fellowship.
How did you overcome that initial resistance?
I suppose
the
just
house and people came.
yeah, opening it up to anybody who wants to come, showing people that it's fun. I started doing it with the residential programs and some of my more captive audiences, as it were. Those who don't really have much else to do, or it's part of their programming that they're expected to get signed off to do. I let them try it that way, and people were thinking, wow, this is actually fun.
Yeah.
You know, when there's nothing really at stake, there's no judgment happening. I always promise I'm not going to try to sign you to my next album because there isn't a first album.
Nice. So what's the music selection like for Veterans Karaoke?
It's pretty cool. Once I got hooked up to the Wi-Fi and a laptop, that expanded our possibilities to just about anything. We used to have a small collection of CDs with a limited selection of music. Now I have YouTube, and anybody who's used YouTube knows
right.
that is a wealth of music and fun, and you can go down the rabbit hole really easy with it.
All right. So the veterans at home, Veterans Karaoke every Thursday from 1 to 2 with your host, Kristen Bellman. Do you have a favorite karaoke song?
That you're putting me on the spot with this, and I'm going to go with my first impulse. I love It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones.
Oh, really?
Believe it or not.
Tell me.
It's short, it's sweet, it's great for a final song.
Easy to sing?
And Lean on Me is another good one for a final song.
Okay.
Yeah, when we have a good group of people, it seems everybody knows that one.
Yeah, it's a popular
Yeah, a
one.
good song of fellowship, and that's really what I go for with the karaoke, is not so much competition, and none of my groups are really about competition. It's about what can they do for you.
Yeah.
What is the function of music in your life?
The function
the
of
big
music
question.
in your life.
How does it function, and how can you change how it functions in your life?
Yes.
How can you take control of that?
Yes,
Is what we explore in music therapy at Jesse Brown.
that's very cool. Wow, so we have about 3 minutes left, and so it's your last chance, viewers. If you have any questions, this is your time to call us, 312-738-1060. But as we do that, I want to remind the callers at home that, Jesse Brown VA Medical Center, we are the premier VA hospital in Chicago, and if you need to talk to someone or in crisis at any point, you should check out our crisis line, which is 1-800-273-8255, then press 1 for veterans. And then you speak with a live person, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have a text function, 838-255. You can connect online and chat. There's even support for deaf and hard of hearing. So this is an award-winning site, and it has saved lives, so don't hesitate to use it. As we wrap up here, we're in the next segment of the show. I'd like to call it Rapid Fire, where we ask you a bunch of questions to get to know you a little better.
Oh,
and
I'm so ready.
Just give me your first response that comes to your head.
Okay,
Okay.
I like
ready?
that idea.
So here we go. What is your favorite musical instrument?
My favorite musical instrument. Well, I play the saxophone. That's the one I'm kind of good at. So
Okay.
I'm in my local community band. And,
Saxophone?
Yep, and I just love my saxophones.
Okay. And what is your favorite band?
Oh, no, that's a hard one. I have so many
First thing comes to
favorites.
mind.
The first one is always Led Zeppelin.
Led
That comes
Zeppelin?
to mind.
All right, good for you. Rock on. And what is your guilty food pleasure?
Guilty food pleasure? Oh, geez. I love breaded steak sandwiches from Rika Benny's on 26th Street.
Oh, man. Okay.
I don't feel that guilty.
Steak, you don't? Okay.
So
okay.
good.
And what was the worst job you've ever had?
Oh, worst job I ever had. I worked in fast food, but that wasn't even that bad. I worked at a Taco Bell once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that bad. There were nice people that I worked with, and
All right. Well,
yeah, I enjoyed it.
we've run out of time, and you were successful. You hit the target, a rapid fire. I want to thank you so much, and I hope to have you back on the show too, because you got lots of information, really cool stuff going on, and we want to get the word out. This is the best kept secret at Jesse Brown, Kristen Bellman. So my name's Eric Prosher. This is Kristen Bellman. We represent Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. We want to thank you for watching CAN TV 21. And you can learn more about us at Jesse Brown through our Facebook page. I think that's VA Chicago / I don't know. I have to get a better one.
I'm not remembering either.
Yeah. Stay tuned for our next guest, and we'll see you next month, fourth Thursday a month. Goodbye for now.